So what is your question?
Nothing. It was quite interesting. That she can spell that out.
Yeah. So, if you have watched the Bhagavad Gita also very carefully or read it, yeah, in that also Lord Krishna says that how much wealth is enough? Is the question. So Krishna says, as much as is required for you to sustain. Yeah. If the mind craves for more, it is again lost in seeking. Yeah. Never is your mind going to be happy with what you have. It's never going to happen. Yeah. It's called the 99 Club. Do you know that story? No? So there was this poor man. This is a very, very old story. Yeah. So there was this very poor man, he was a farmer and all. So with a lot of difficulty, he used to make a few gold coins. In those days, gold coins were what was the currency. So he used to make a few gold coins and live. How much he used to make in a day, he used to eat and he used to be happy with that. So the king one day was passing by his farm, and this farmer was very happily doing his work on the farm, and he was like genuinely happy. You could see that he was a person who was very, very happy. So when the king was passing by, all he had, the farmer used to grow sugarcane, all he had was sugarcane. He brought a bunch of sugarcane canes and gave it to the king and welcomed him. So the king said, "You're so happy. Look at your smile. It's from ear to ear. How is that? How is it that you are so happy?" So he said, "I'm just happy. I don't know. I'm just happy." He didn't have any words. So the king said, "Okay, that's lovely." And the king goes away. But he cannot sleep that night. And next morning he tells his minister that, "I'm not happy. And that farmer has nothing. All he could give me was a few, sugarcane canes. He didn't have anything else to offer me. And he was so happy. He obviously does not make a lot of money." So the minister told the king, "I will take his happiness away." So the king was like, "How can you do that?" So he said, "You just watch." So what he does is he, in a small potli, a little bag, he puts 99 gold coins. And he puts that bag right outside the farmer's door in the night. So when in the morning the farmer wakes up, he comes out and in the bag he sees 99 gold coins. So he's like, "Wow, this is amazing. We used to live on 1 or 2 gold coins. That's all he used to make." So suddenly 99 is like a $1 million lottery for him. So he was like really happy. So he starts with his wife and they kept counting it again and again and again. "Oh, it is really 99. Oh, yes, it is really 99. So then he was like, "This is so bad. I don't know why it is 99. Why could not it be 100? I have to really work hard and make it 100 now." So he starts working hard. Now if he has to work hard and he has to go buy seeds, so a few gold coins come out of the bag. So it was very, very difficult for him to make that 100. Yeah. So he didn't make it to 100. In fact, he made it to 120, 130, and then he kept working. Yeah. And then again he comes to 199 after the entire season is done, and where a farmer cannot make any more than the crop, right? So at the end of the season he comes to, "Oh, 199 now I have. Oh, one is missing. I have to really work hard. I have to really work hard." again he picks up another occupation because the season is gone, the farming season, and again he starts toiling and keeps toiling, and then again he reaches 299 and the story goes on. It is a story from the Puranas to show you that how much ever you make, your mind is never going to be satisfied. Yeah? So stop running after it. Yeah? Whatever is coming, no, by your monthly salary or whatever you are making right now, be content with that. Yeah? What is happening right now, be with what is. That is the message there. It does not mean that you should throw away all your money and go and sit on the Himalayas. Yeah? No, he's not saying that. He's saying be content with what is. Yeah? Just work that much. If you have to seek that much money, which is important for you to bring you to scriptures, to make scriptures affordable, to make it affordable for you to go and be in an ashram, to be with a guru. Yeah? Till there, seeking for that much wealth is justified, is okay. That will not create karma. Beyond that, you belong to the 99 club. Got it? Okay. Any other question? Again, it does not mean that you should stop working if you make whatever, the 6-figure salary, 7-figure salary. No, I should not be making that much. It's not that. Wherever you are, be content with that. Drop this seeking in the mind that I want more, I want more. Yeah, otherwise you fall into the 99 club. Any other question on page 160? All good? Yes? Okay. Let's move to page 161. Who's going to read? Yeah, you can read, Rupa.
Vasistha continued. Bali said to himself, "Luckily, I remembered all that my father said to me. Now that craving for pleasure has ceased in me, I shall give up everything, and with my mind completely withdrawn from the pursuit of pleasure, I shall remain happily established in the self. This universe is but the creation of the mind, what is lost by abandoning it." Having thus resolved, Bali contemplated the guru of the devils, Shukra. On the account of the infinite consciousness he was established in, Shukra was omnipresent and knew that his disciple needed his presence. Instantly, he materialized his body in front of King Bali. Bali asked Shukra, "Lord, it is the reflection of your own divine radiance that prompts me to place this problem before you. I have no desire for pleasure, and I wish to learn the truth. Whom am I? Who are you? What is this world? Please tell me all this." Shukra replied, "I am on my way to another realm, O Bali, but I shall give you in few words the very quintessence of wisdom. Consciousness alone exists. Consciousness alone is all this. All this is filled with consciousness. I, you, and all this world are but consciousness. If you are humble and sincere, you will gain everything from what I have said. If not, an attempt at further explanation will be like pouring oblations into a heap of ashes."
Okay. did you get it from just these two sentences? Yeah? Bali realized by his own self-contemplation that he does not seek for pleasure anymore. He wanted to know, who am I and who are you? Yeah? And only 2 lines Shukra gave him. Shukra was in a hurry. Shukra just gave him 2 lines. What? Consciousness alone exists. Consciousness alone is all this. All this is filled with consciousness. I, you, and all this world are but consciousness. That's all he gives him. Yes? Not more. 2 lines. And Shukra leaves. Just by these 2 lines, something happens to Bali. Understand, Bali is somebody who will not let go of words, like this. Otherwise we listen to words and we take them for granted. Oh, Ashtavakra said, Patanjali said, Guruji said. Yeah? We don't give importance to words. Yeah? Shukra just said 2 lines and left. Now see Bali's journey. Just by listening to these 2 lines, what happens to Bali?
After Shukra left, Bali reflected thus. What my preceptor said to me was indeed correct and appropriate. Surely, all that is consciousness, and there is naught else. If consciousness did not recognize a mountain, would it exist as a mountain? Consciousness itself is all this. It is indeed on account of that consciousness that I am able to come into contact with the objects and experience them, not because of the body itself. Since consciousness exists, one without a second, who is my friend and who is my enemy? Even hate and other such qualities are but modifications of consciousness. Hence again, there is neither hate nor attachment, neither mind nor its modifications. Since the consciousness is infinite and absolutely pure, how can perversions arise in it? Consciousness is not its need. It is but a word. It is no name. I am the eternal subject, free from all objects. Did I miss something? Okay. I am the eternal subject, free from all objects and predictions. I am the consciousness in which the craving for experience has ceased. Movement of energy in one substance is neither loss nor gain. When consciousness alone is everything, thoughts or its expansion do not make that consciousness expand or contract. Hence, I shall continue to be active till I reach the absolute quiescence in the self. Having thus reflected, Bali, uttering the sacred word Om and contemplating its subtle significance, remained quiet, freed from all doubts, from perceptions of objects, and without division between thinker, thought, and thinking, meditator, meditation, and the object of meditation, with all intentions and concepts quieted. Bali remained firmly established in the supreme state, with a mind in which all movements of thought had ceased, like a lamp in a windless place. Thus, he lived for a considerable time.
Yeah. So this was all that happened to Bali just through those 2 lines that Shukra gave him. He started contemplating that everything is consciousness. Everything, even the feelings of hatred, love, whatever feelings come up in me, they are nothing but modifications of this consciousness. Yeah? And he says, This is beautiful. In the second paragraph, where after Shukra left, Bali reflected thus. Go to the third line. If consciousness did not recognize a mountain, would it exist as a mountain? What does this mean? Just that individual jiva said, I am this. That's how the first jiva was born. No? That is how you came out of the pool of consciousness. So the consciousness itself, on account of its maya, wants to be a mountain, and it becomes the mountain. So it itself, if consciousness did not recognize the mountain, would it exist as a mountain? That is what it means. Consciousness itself is all this. It is indeed on account of that consciousness that I am able to come into contact with objects and experience them, not because of the body itself. Though we say this eye is on the body, the eye does not see. When the body dies after 90, 100, 110 years, what happens? Can the eye of the corpse see? No, it is the consciousness that gives this eye the sense of sight, the sense to perceive something. Since consciousness exists without a second, who is my friend and who is my enemy? Means consciousness exists in everybody. Even I like somebody, it exists in that person. Even if I hate somebody, consciousness exists there also. So how can I even say who is my enemy and who is my friend? It is all me only. It is a part of me. Can you hate your little toe just because it is the furthest away from you? No, it is a part of you. So how can you call anybody your enemy? He and I are the same consciousness. We are one and the same. Even hate and other such qualities are but modifications of consciousness. Hence, again, there is neither hate nor attachment, neither mind nor its modifications. Since the consciousness is infinite and absolutely pure, how can perversions arise in it? So consciousness is that Purusha. It is completely pure. When the same Purusha goes out into the world through the five senses and gets lost in a beautiful woman or that $1 million house or that car and hangs on to these objects of the senses, then the same Purusha has lost its own self and become the mind. That is why it is called Mana when it goes out. Reversal of the mind, going back to the Purusha, is Nama. When the mind comes back to what it was, and it is no mind, or it is the Purusha. So, there is really no hate, no attachment, no mind, and no modifications of the mind. Modifications means, you remember the 5 modifications from Patanjali? Pramana, looking for proof. Viparya, incorrect or wrong knowledge. Vikalpa, hallucination or illusion. Nidra, sleep. And 5th is Smriti, being lost in the past. These are all modifications of the mind. But all this falls apart when Nama happens. When the mind drops its identification with the objects and comes back to the self, comes back to the center. All this is just the consciousness, nothing else. Mind does not exist. It is is all the consciousness, the Purusha that gets lost, forgets itself, goes out into the Maya, plays about for a while, gets tired and then comes back to rest. It is all the consciousness, all the play of consciousness. Consciousness is not its name. It is but a word. It has no name. Yeah, understand this. Purusha, consciousness, self, Atma, Paramatma, Brahman. These are all just words. Yes? These are just used for the ease of comprehension so that we can communicate about it. But these are finally just words. That really does not have a name. That is why in the Vedas, if you read the Vedas, they always call it that. Yeah? That is you. You are that. Yeah? It's not given a name. It's not given a word. But it's very difficult to comprehend. No? That is why people took on such words, consciousness, Atma, self. But again, understand these are just words. They cannot do justice to what that is. Yeah? And that is you. I am that consciousness in which the craving for experience has ceased. Yeah, this Bali is saying, now this is so beautiful. He has come to that level where even the seeking in the mind, I want this, I want this, I want to grab this, this is nice, I like this, all this has stopped. This has all ceased. Yeah? Movement of energy in one substance is neither loss nor gain. What does it mean? If there is some loss that happens in life, for example, the biggest loss that you can imagine is losing a loved one. Yeah? When you lose a loved one, really energy is not dead. That person is energy, whoever that person is. Yeah? That body dies, the Prakriti dies. That individual consciousness that was inhabiting that body moves on. Yes? That movement of energy happens. So there is really no loss and gain. Yeah? Third law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Yes? It just changes its form. It transforms itself from one to another. That's what happens when you lose something or you lose somebody. Yeah? You cry, oh, I lost my phone, I lost my book, whatever you lose, or you lost somebody. Yeah? Understand this. Energy is just movement. And movement of energy is neither loss nor gain. Yeah? So not only just loss, even the gain of somebody. Yeah? When the biggest gain is when you think a new soul has come into the family. It's not a new soul, it's actually an ancient soul. Yeah? An ancient soul in a new body has come. That's all you have gained. An ancient soul. Yeah? Ancient energy. So, energy is never destroyed. So, drop this, sulking and crying if you lose somebody or you lose something. It's okay. Yeah? It's the nature of this consciousness, of this creation, that energy gets modified from one form to another. Yeah? Now, this is the time to become really strong about this. Yeah? Not at the moment that you lose somebody. Don't wait for that time. I will be strong at that time when I lose the person or the thing. No. Now is the time to really be so strong and so centered that whatever loss or gain happens does not shake me from the center. I am established. This is Sambhava. When I gain something, I am not super excited. When I lose something, I am not super depressed. My graph does not go up and down and up and down. Yes, I am established. Yeah. So movement of energy in one substance is neither loss nor gain. When consciousness alone is everything, thoughts or its expansions do not make that consciousness expand or contract. Hence, I shall continue to be active till I reach absolute quiescence in the self. Yeah? What is absolute quiescence? For a moment you go deep into silence and you are in the self. But again the mind becomes all restless and comes out and again goes into the world and gets lost. Yeah? Again, somehow you bring it back, it comes to the center. Again it goes out. And this struggle keeps happening between you. Haven't you noticed? It's like a war within only. The mind goes out, again it comes back in, it gets still. Again it goes out, again it comes back in. And this keeps happening, keeps repeating. Yeah? So the absolute silence has not happened. Are you seeing this? Yeah? Bali is saying that till the time I reach that absolute quiescence, absolute silence, I shall not rest. That's the meaning. Having thus reflected, Bali, uttering the sacred word Om and contemplating its subtle significance, remained quiet, freed from all doubts, from perception of objects, and without division between thinker, thought, and thinking. That is meditator, meditation, and object of meditation. With all intentions and concepts quietened, Bali remained firmly established in the supreme state, with a mind in which all movement of thought had ceased, like a lamp in a windless place. Thus he lived for a considerable time. Such a beautiful state, no? It's so beautifully described. Yeah? There was not even a thought. Yeah? Complete thoughtless state. Yeah? As if a lamp is there in a place where there is no wind, no air, absolutely perfect flame, just glowing. And remember, here he said a very beautiful thing, by uttering the sacred word Om. You remember, we've talked about this several times. Yeah? Om is the sound, or it's a vibration of the entire creation. Yeah? And that vibration is what you can actually experience in your deepest meditation. That actually freed him. Freed as in the window of liberation was reached. You remember we've spoken about the window of liberation? Yeah? It usually happens at the point of death. Yeah? But for a Jivan Mukta, yeah, it can happen instantly. Yeah? One who can do anything just to get liberated. Can drop everything and just be. Yes? So they say that Bali really went into that state for many, many years. About 1,000 years. We'll read the story ahead. It's amazing. Yeah? He went into liberation. He got into that window of liberation and was freed from everything. The most beautiful part here is there was no division between the thinker, the thought and the thinking. Yeah? We've discussed this before. You are right now looking at me, so you are the seer. Yeah? The sense object, your eyes are the senses, and I am the sense object. Your senses help you to look at the sense object. Yeah? Right now you see the three, you can experience the three. Yeah? But Bali had gone to a state where there was no difference, no distinction between the seer, the sense of sight and the object. All had merged and become one. Yeah? It's a beautiful state, so beautifully described. Clear? Page 161 is clear. Go to page 162. Who will read now? Okay.
Vasistha continued, all the deep rulers or subjects of King Bali rushed to the palace and surrounded the king, who was seated in the deep contemplation. Unable to understand the mystery, they thought of
he went into the superconscious state and he was there for 1,000 years. Yeah, this is so beautiful. So these are 1,000 demon years, huh? We are talking about the demons and the demon world. And Bali is a demon, remember. Yeah? So all the other demons were wondering what's happened to Bali, and Shukra told them that it's okay and let him just be. Yeah? So he goes into this beautiful state. Yeah? Now how he has described this state, let's look at that. Second paragraph. King Bali has attained such perfection by dint of his own resolute inquiry. Yeah? Shukra just gave him 2 sentences. The rest Bali did by his own self-inquiry. Yeah? He started contemplating on what is the consciousness, what am I. Yeah? Everything is the consciousness. He started doing that. So that is own inquiry, his own self-inquiry. Let him remain established in his own self. The mental activity that gives rise to the perception of the world has ceased in him. What gives rise to this word? I. Yes, the first word, the first mental activity is I. And the next is I am this. Yeah? The second part is the raga. The first part is the ego. Yeah? So that has completely ceased in him. Ego has ceased and rag dvesh has ceased in him completely. Yeah? So the mental activity that gives rise to the perception of the world has ceased in him. Hence, do not try to talk to him. When you try to talk to somebody who is in that superconscious state, you are feeding the mind that has ceased. Food for the mind is a word. Anything you say is a food for that quiet mind. Do you get it? So they are saying, do not feed any thought to that quiet mind. Let him be. So beautiful. When the dark night of ignorance comes to an end, the sun of self-knowledge arises. Such is his state now. In course of time, he himself will come out of that state when the seed of world perception begins to sprout in his consciousness. So from within his consciousness, again, the seed of world perception comes up. Yeah? Because that is the way Maya works. Yeah? So, it will come up by its own accord. Hence, go about doing your work as before, and he will return to world consciousness in 1,000 years. Yeah, so they all went doing their own work. So, I'll skip the next paragraph. When Bali actually came out of that state, what did he say? It was indeed a wondrous state in which I remained for a brief moment. See, Bali does not feel that it was 1,000 years. For him, it was a very brief moment. Because in that state, there is nothing like time. Yeah, when you are very happy, yeah, time goes so fast, no? Have you noticed? Yeah? When you're very calm, when you're at peace, when you're very happy in life, time goes so quickly. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday goes so quickly, no? And Monday is so slow, the week goes so slow. Have you noticed? Yeah? How the same time you feel that it goes faster on a weekend and slower during the week. That's exactly what Bali experienced. Yeah? He was so calm and quiet and in a state of no mind that it seemed like just a brief moment. I shall continue to remain in that state. What have I to do with the affairs of external world? Yeah, he loved it so much, he was like, what's the point? Yeah. supreme peace and bliss reign in my own heart now. In the meantime, the demons rushed to where he sat. After looking at them, Bali continued to reflect thus. I am consciousness, and in me there does not exist any perversion. Yeah? Now he's talking from the state of Purusha, okay? Now, the mind does not exist. It is just the Purusha. Yeah? So it's a different state from where he was before he went into the superconscious state. What have I to do with the affairs? What is there for me to acquire or to abandon? What fun! I long for liberation, but who has bound me, when and how? Why do I long for liberation then? He's only contemplating. Let's see how the mind wants liberation, but nothing has bound it. Yeah? There is nothing like bondage, there is nothing like liberation. Yeah? These are the exact words that you studied in Ashtavakra. Remember? Yeah? There is nothing to accept, there is nothing to reject. Yeah? There is no bondage and there is no liberation. What fun! What shall I gain by meditation or by not meditating? See, he's gone beyond that state even. Yeah, there is no feverishness for meditation, neither is he rejecting meditation. Yes? Freed from delusion of meditation and non-meditation, let be what has to be. He is just with what is. What is, is. There is neither gain nor loss to me. I do not desire either meditation or non-meditation, neither joy nor non-joy. I do not desire the Supreme Being or the world. I am neither alive nor dead. This is so beautiful, huh? I am neither real nor unreal. Salutations to myself, the infinite being. The same thing happened to Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra said, Aho aham namo mahyam. I bow down to myself. Yes, that was Janaka's moment. And this is Bali's moment. Yeah? This is Bali's Aho moment. Let this world be my kingdom. I shall be what I am. Let this world be not my kingdom. I shall be what I am. Yes? Whether it is there or it is not there, it's all okay. Can you do that? Can you say that? Whether my family is there or it is not there, it's okay. Whether my job is there or not there, it's okay. Whether my business is there or not there, it's okay. Can you say that? Yeah. Let's take this up as a homework. Just 1 week. Let's do okay with everything. It's all okay. Yes? Tomorrow your boss screams at you early in the morning, it's okay. Yes? Your husband or wife starts fighting with you right after the Yoga Vasistha session, doesn't matter, it's okay. Yeah? I shall be with what I am. That's your homework number 1 for today. Be with what is, with what you are. What have I to do with meditation and what I have to do with the kingdom? Let be what has to be. I belong to none and none belong to me. Yes? Can you say that for your family? I belong to none and none belong to me. Yeah? What is. Just be. There is absolutely nothing that has to be done by what is known as me. This is so beautiful. This is exactly Janaka's words. Yeah? Janaka said, Kim me karyam chidatmana. What work do I have to do? Do you remember? Exactly the same thing Bali says. There is absolutely nothing that has to be done by what is known as me. This is very beautiful. Huh? Me means who? The Purusha. I have nothing to do. Yeah, anyway, the Purusha is the witness. It does not do anything. Yeah? You just are. You do nothing. You are just a witness to everything that is happening. So withdraw, again and again withdraw from the five senses, again and again withdraw. Do nama. Enough of mana you have done now. Reverse that. Do nama. Yeah? Come back to who you are. There is nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do. Then why should I not do that action which is natural? What is this? Spontaneous action. Yeah? Whatever happens spontaneously is just happening, like the river is flowing. Neither am I very excited and swimming, absolutely feverishly with the river. Neither am I trying to go against the current. I am just flowing. Yes? What is there for me to do? It is all happening. Yes? That is why the natural action is just to flow. Here, having thus reflected, the King Bali turned his radiant gaze towards the assembled demons as the sun gazes upon a lotus.
Can we also read the shlokas? The shlokas are beautiful. In the word for natural, he's calling it prakriti karma.
Yeah. So Aditya says, let's read the shloka. Na kinchidapi kartavyam yadi nama mayadhuna. By me, mayadhuna, by me now, there is no kartavyam, there is nothing that I have to do. Na kinchiditi kartavyam yadi nama mayadhuna. Nama, by what is known as me. Now, there is nothing to do. Tat kasmana karum midam kinchit prakrita karma. Why? So again, why should I not do that which is a natural action? Natural action, prakrita karma. Beautiful word, huh? Prakrita karma is again another word in Sanskrit for spontaneous action. Yeah? Why should I not do that which is natural to me?
So karma of the prakriti, basically this literal translation.
Yeah. Prakrita karma, Aditya is saying, is karma of the prakriti. This body-mind complex is prakriti. Yeah. So the karma of this body-mind complex, let me just do that. The Purusha is just a witness. The Purusha does not do anything. Yeah? This body-mind complex created so many karmas and is going through its own karma. So let me do prakrita karma. Beautiful, no? This shloka is. Any questions? Can we go ahead? Okay. Who will read page 163 now?
I can read. Vasistha continued. King Bali thereafter ruled the kingdom, doing everything spontaneously without premeditation. He worshipped the Brahmana gods and the holy ones. He treated his relatives with deference. He rewarded his servants amply, and gave in charity more than what they who sought it and had expected. He fondly sported with the womenfolk. Thus have I told you the story of King Bali, O Rama. Gain such a vision as he had and enjoy supreme felicity. You are the light consciousness, O Rama. In you are the worlds rooted. Who is your friend and who is other? You are the infinite. In you are all the worlds strung like beads of the rosary. That being which thou art is neither born nor does he die. The self is real. Birth and death are imaginary. Inquire to the nature of all the illnesses that beset life and live without craving. You are the light and the Lord Rama, and this world appears to be that light. It has no real and independent existence. Formerly you had repeatedly entertained the wrong notion of the desirable and the undesirable. Give up these two. Then you will enjoy equanimity, and the wheel of birth will come to a halt. In whatever the mind tends to sink, retrieve it from it and direct it towards the truth. Thus will the wild element of the mind be tamed.
Okay. So here Bali's story ends. Yeah? So here Vasistha is again giving some instructions to Rama. So do take those instructions as homework. So what is your first homework? Obviously I am giving you the first homework already. Yeah? It's okay. Being with what is. Yeah? What have I to do? It's all okay. That was your first homework. Yeah? In part of that homework is just do your prakrita karma. Yeah? Whatever is the karma of this body-mind complex, I do it, but witnessing it, like Sakshi Bhav we practiced, again, that's what you do in this homework. Become a witness, just a Sakshi to whatever is happening. Yeah? I have nothing to do. Haruka.
So that is Sanchita karma, but in a complete awareness. Is that?
Everything that has happened before now has created certain seeds. These seeds will sprout and come my way. That is the prakrita karma of this body-mind complex. I just move on with life completing those karmas. Not craving for something or not going against something. The moment I say, no, I don't want this, this should not happen, again I am throwing out a seed. Then you are not doing prakrita karma, you are again getting lost in raga or dvesha. Yes? So neither going against the current or not feverishly wanting to go with the current. No raga, no dvesha. Just flowing with it. Whatever falls into my lap, I just complete it, wash my hands off, no attachment to what I did, and I move on to the next. Again do whatever comes into my lap, wash my hands off, no attachment to what I have done, no regret, no anger, no hatred, no extra love and no passion also. Just drop everything, move on. Next. Like that, moving from one to the other to the other. This is prakrita karma. Karma of this body-mind complex. My job is to exhaust everything that comes its way. By the time this body comes to an end. This Prakriti ends. My karma should be ended. I should not throw new seeds out that I have to take a new Prakriti to again come back and get through that karma. Yes? Let me complete the Prakrita karma of this body-mind complex. Yeah? Homework number 1 clear? Homework number 2. The second paragraph of page 163. Second line. You are the light of consciousness, O Rama. In you are the worlds rooted. Who is your friend and who is other? You still have this in your head? This is my friend, this is my enemy. I want to make this person a friend on Facebook and I want to unfriend this person. Does this drama still go on in your head? Check. This is your homework number 2. Are you still lost in making friends and enemies? Wake up. Wake up, wake up. You are the consciousness. Drop this. Yeah? Friend and enemy again is just raga and dvesha of this Prakriti. Remember, you are again getting attached to this Prakriti. Drop. You are the infinite. In you are all the worlds strung like beads of a rosary. That being which thou art is neither born nor does he die. The self is real. Birth and death are imaginary. Inquire into the nature of all illnesses that beset life and live without craving. Homework number 3. If your body is suffering from some pain, some illness, whatever, little bit of cough, cold or whatever, just look into it. What is it? Am I really suffering? If I am suffering, then how can I see the pain? How can I see this body coughing? How can I see this body crying and wincing? I am definitely separate. This is self-inquiry. If you're still stuck to this Prakriti and the illnesses of this Prakriti, you need to start your self-inquiry. Homework number 3. Okay? You are the light and the Lord Rama, and this world appears to be in that light. It has no real and independent existence. Formerly, you had repeatedly entertained the wrong notions of the desirable and undesirable. Give up these two. What is he asking you to give up? I want, raga. And I don't want, dvesha. Homework number 4. Again look at your list of raga and dvesha. Again make that list the umpteenth time. Has it become shorter or has it become longer? So then make that list right now. Then you will enjoy equanimity. Then only will the wheel of birth come to a halt. In whatever the mind tends to sink, retrieve it from it. And direct it towards the truth. The mind will get lost. Beautiful woman, food, very tasty food. Oh, fantastic, beautiful sights. The mind gets lost in the senses. Again and again retrieve the mind back and establish it in the truth. Thus will the wild elephant of the mind be tamed. reads Bali's story. You got all your 4 homeworks? Yes? Start working on your homework. Yeah? Now is Prahlad's story. Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful story. And the next 2 pages you can read really quickly. It's not very deep, very simple it is. It's just a story. So I'll give you homework number 5. Read the remaining of page 163. Read page 164 and page 165. Yes? Next week we will begin with page 166. Clear? Yeah, these 2.5 pages are nothing. It's just the beginning of the story. Very simple, goes pretty quickly. All clear? Yeah? Okay. Then you can send me any questions when you do your homework. See that you sincerely do your homework. Yeah, and please start studying. Your exam is coming up really soon. Yeah? So come up to speed. Reread some stuff. Bali's story is required. Yeah? And I will see you next week. Jai Gurudev.